Okay, so could you please introduce yourself for 1 minute?
Okay. Professor, my name is Jingyi Wang. I'm now a senior student in our department, and I had admitted that before 3 years ago, when I entered NCCU, I had no idea what I had to learn and who I would be in those college lives. But luckily, that's because NCCU and this department was not my first choice. But during those 3 years, I discovered that actually, luckily, I chose the right department. During my college life, for example, the ETP program, it provides me how the presentation skill in English, which I learned a lot. And also, I work hard on my academically. You can see on my grade sheets that I got over 90 on almost every of my economic-related courses. So that's the reason is that I really had great interest in economics. And also, in college life, I participate in many activities, and I try to be the leader in the group. For example, I have been the general representative of the GPAC activity in our department, and also the general president of our department for 1 semester. For those years, I learned that in the future, I want to use my knowledge in economics and my communication skills to be maybe a professor or help in the government. That's the reason I want to apply for this graduate program.
Okay. You just mentioned the reason. So could you explain more that what would you expect to learn in this program?
Okay. I know that this program is not only for economics. This is an international business graduate program. I chose this but not economic program because I expect in this department I will not only learn economics but also lots of different aspects of commerce. For example, the manage skills and the laws related to economics. I believe those are all very important to an economics. And economics can not only focus on economics, but he has to know other aspects. That's why I want to learn from this.
I think that's all for this. So you should move to the next classroom.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Good morning. I would like to ask you about, because from your resume you mentioned about GPAC, and what is the biggest challenge you faced during your time as the general representative of GPAC?
Okay. The biggest challenge I face is that we only have limited budget, but this is an activity that is international and it's very big. So we cannot, like, for a dinner, we cannot only take them to the restaurants around NCCU. It must be a restaurant that the other students from the country can know maybe how the food in Taiwan was like, and it should be above the average quality. But we only have limited budget, so we need to find a restaurant that can have our expectations, and also we have to talk about the price with the managers in the restaurants. I think that's the biggest challenge I face.
Okay. And what is the most important thing you learned from these experience of GPAC?
Okay. What I learned the most is that for an activity to hold, I have to say that money is very important. So in the future, I think I have lots of dreams in the future, but first I have to make myself have the ability to fulfill those dreams. For example, the economics, I have the ability to make money, and so that maybe gave me how the reality of the society is.
Thank you, and please go to the third room for the next session.
Thank you.
Hi.
Hi.
Good morning. So now we're going to test your English ability.
Okay.
So here we have an article. Please read from here to here. And then summary, and then talk a little bit about what you think about this.
Okay.
So you have 2 minutes to read through.
Okay. This strong reaction was curious.
You can just read by yourself.
Oh, okay.
Ready? Okay. You have 1 minute.
Okay. Basically, in those 2 minutes after I read, I see that it says that the world economy is slowing. Yeah, and it might be good news or bad news for China for some reasons. For example, in China, economy is rising, but the price are still low. The price for food and for coal and some electricity is short supply. So it means that in China also there are many people and the economy is rising, but the supply is not enough. Okay. And the other thing is that also, it talks about that in China, people buy houses not to live, but to invest. And recently, the housing price is decreasing, and it worsened the wealth of the investors. After that, their wealth will decline. Yeah, that's the 2 points I read from this article.
Okay, thank you. This is all for today.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.